What do you think? Good. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, May 18th, 2018, and I'm headed into work for the day. And look at that clock. I don't know if you guys can see it. 7:08 a.m. And I'm about more than halfway to work. Got to bed probably about 10:20 or so. Last night I worked on setting up my Chromecast. I had an ancient first-gen Chromecast, and I've just always used it every once in a while just on my bedroom TV. My bedroom TV is nothing special. It's a cheap little TV that has like an internal DVD player and all that. And I use my Chromecast so I can stream to it and stuff like that through the HDMI. And I've been using it forever, but like last night when I powered it up, it said that it was trying to connect to like the network, the Wi-Fi network name from my old house. So I don't know what that was about, because I know obviously it's worked on the new house here. So it was kind of weird and kind of freaky, but so I had to reconfigure it. I downloaded some updates and stuff, and then I got it up and running. I watched a little bit of the Punisher, the Netflix series Punisher, and I don't know, I think I'm in like episode 13 or something like that. Really good fucking show, man. Really crazy, realistic and stuff, and the stuff that he does is definitely military-like. Yeah, Sophie got up at like 4:45, and then I was kind of not really sleeping well after then, so I got up probably about 5:45, and then I saw that Rochelle was already up, so I pinged her to say good morning, and then I went and hopped in the shower. So, man, like, checking myself out, this diet is fucking awesome. So I just, on my way to work just now, I drank my ketone shake for the day. This morning I was down to 188.5, and my tummy is flat. I don't necessarily have abs, but man, like, now would be the time to start working towards getting them, I suppose. Pretty awesome stuff, to be honest. So I really impressed with this diet. So I'm saying I'm officially down 50 pounds. Because I'm pretty sure, like, when I started, or right around when I started, I was around 238. So, and I'm 188.5. That's phenomenal. I'm thinking that these shakes took off, like, the last 5 pounds that I've taken off. Because I was around 192, 193. And, I mean, but that's crazy. I got to do the math. That's got to be, like, 50 pounds out of 238, that's more than 25% of my mass. I think that's almost 30% of my mass that I've lost. That's fucking awesome, dude. So I got that going for me. Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed. So I picked up the house, got everything ready for all that, and then now I'm stopping. I did stop at the storage locker, and I was like, well, my back seat's clear, so I picked up a few things. I'm going to give this Cat 6 cable to Luke. We get rid of all my cabling. If I need anything more, I'll just buy more or whatever. So I'm going to give him the Cat 6. I'm still have Cat 5 and 22.4, 22.2. So that's more of like for security camera, security wiring, sensor wiring and stuff like that. This is all eBay stuff that was relatively cheap. Probably cost me $100 or less per spool. And yeah, I could scrap it, but whatever. I don't know. And maybe I'll do that with the other stuff if I can't find anybody that wants it. I'll just take it in somewhere and get the $20 or whatever I get. I don't know. Let's see though. So yeah, I did make up my mind and decided that I am going to leave work early today because I'm working tomorrow. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. But not only am I going to get into work earlier now, I'm going to leave early to kind of make up for it and all that. So other than that, that should be good. I'm cool with that. So the plan is to meet at the range and just start fucking raining down some brass. There's a guy on Instagram, his alias is Up to My Ass in Brass, and I thought it was cool. My buddy Luke is trying to get me back into video games, and I'm almost there. So that was my thing that I always really enjoyed doing. And once you buy the game, it doesn't cost anything more. So you can sit there and fucking play whatever, on a weekend with people. So you're doing something that's social, and you're not going out to bars or whatever and having to spend money or driving anywhere and using gas money and stuff like that. So we're gonna see how this free time issue, or not issue, but benefit of being with Rochelle pans out. But it's definitely affording me way more opportunities to get shit done. So primary goal is to exfil from this storage locker. Once that is done, I'll be looking on doing something else. So some of my other side projects that I've been putting off, reading, all that kind of stuff. And that is that. So we're gonna see. So I'm at the gas station right now for my weekly gas fill up, and I still have 277 miles to go. I did not end up going to the lake house. That would have been 250 miles or more just for doing that trip. So that's why I still have a half a tank of gas. So I'm curious to do the math and see what my MPG is. The car is saying 41.9 MPG, but last time it said something similar. It ended up calculating into like 43.5. So I'm gonna run through the car wash, maybe fill up, and then report back. All right, kids, the verdict is in. So I did the math. It just took 8.251 gallons, and that's a week's worth of driving, and my math came out to 40.66 MPG, and that should be actual. The car was telling me something like 41.9, so very close. And coming from the Audi, I was getting 18, so 40. Just amazing. So that's more than double the gas mileage, which is, means I'm using less than half the gas, and it's also the cheap gas. So that cheap gas is just 87 octane. So I was already paying, not only using double the fuel, but I was also paying, I don't know, maybe like 30 cents more per gallon. Phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. So this car is paying for itself. I don't think I'm ever getting rid of this car. Unless they come out with a newer model or something that gets even way better gas mileage or whatever. So that's it. Hyundai Sonata Hybrid Limited SE. It's the base hybrid model. There's only two options. And I guess you could say I'm happy with it, guys. It's bigger. It's nicer. It doesn't really have many more features than the Audi, but the size alone, the gas mileage is huge. I haven't had it in the winter, so we typically do I don't know. The Audi was all-wheel drive, so we're gonna see how this thing holds up. But I guess I could do like everyone else. If we have a blizzard and it's really, really nasty out and just shitty, I can just be like, oh, I can't make it into work today, the streets aren't plowed, or whatever. That's what everyone else says and does. So but it is front wheel drive, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I can already tell I'm gonna have to get these tires rotated frequently, or rotate them myself frequently, because they has that one wheel squeal action. So when I put it into sport mode to try to pull out into traffic quickly, I'm usually spinning one tire, so it means that one's gonna wear down a little bit faster. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm about to work. It doesn't look like I'm going to make it to work that much earlier. It's 7:33 right now. But considering I usually roll into work around 8:15 or something like that, I guess I am still early. So, it's just crazy. There's already people out walking and work hasn't even started yet. Alright. One of those days. But I guess I got to work early and had some free time or something. Really excited to shoot some long guns today. So Luke's bringing his Creedmoor. I just have my little 22. That's all that I got for a rifle for now. But I told him, like, dude, I am so close to just cashing out my crypto and buying like a rifle that I want. And then he's like, well, and now we're talking. He's like, put some of it towards your loan and the rest buy that rifle you always wanted. And I'm like, dude, that'd be awesome, but not very practical. Stay tuned for more, guys. Alright guys, what's happening? I got a little regression today, so I'm going for a little walk. We have a walking path at my work here, and I'm going to be spending the upcoming months finding positive ways to harness my energy. I'm really trying hard not to release the beast and just saying fuck everything, and trying to take this energy, this weird energy, and convert it into something good. So here we are outside. Get it. Hey, what's happening? Just getting out of work for the day. I snuck out, it's about 3 o'clock, and I picked us up some dinner, we being Luke and I, and I'm going to be meeting him at the range. The problem is it's supposed to friggin' rain, potentially, and it's trying to rain. The ground's wet, I got a couple drops on my friggin' windshield, and I'm freaking out here. So, it seems like 2 out of every 3 times we get to go to the range, it rains. It's either raining or it had just rained, so the ranges are just mud pits, and it just pisses both of us off to no end. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. When I get there early, I'm going to go set up some targets and shit, probably right away, at maybe even just a few different ranges, and then I'm going to, if it does start raining, I can stand under the awnings and shoot or something. I don't know. This just sucks ass. Pisses me off to no end. This happens all the fucking time. So I still have 30 minutes to get there, and like I said, I got some raindrops on my window. So my rain alarm is telling me that we have some impending rain here. Let's see if I can get the weather pulled up on my car here. I don't see, I don't think it just says light rain. I don't think they have radar available on there. So, fuck. It's getting worse. Not good. Not good at all. Let's see if I can beat it. Crank up the tunes and rock and roll. You're gonna lay up there. Wow, that was a lot. Alright, very windy. We just did 20 rounds of 9 from back here at the line to these 100-yard targets. We're going to see if we hit anything. I have no clue. We're about to find out. Alright, I went to this one. Luke went to that one. We each hit it once. I almost hit the bullseye. And Luke is off to the left. There's my impact. That's where you hit it. Alright, buddy. Back it up. Let's do this.
These were...
Creedmoor?
This was the first, and then I just went left. Like,
Nah. Alright, so Luke just brought up an interesting point. He said every time that we shoot weddings, it's like 90 degrees, not a single cloud in the sky, hot as hell. And then every time I try to go shooting, it's like raining, just a bag of shit. I mean, I don't know. Earlier we had what, like a 20-30 mile an hour wind right into our scopes. Doesn't really affect the bullets, but fucks up our guns. We're gonna go to the 600. We're able to ring some steel at the 200. I'm excited. I didn't think the 22 could shoot that far.
Wow.
Should we get the AR out? Steel or iron sights? Think you can do it?
Here?
Yeah.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah?
I bet you I hit it my first try.
Really? What do you want to bet?
Yeah, nothing.
Alright. Yeah, let's try it before we move it. Let me go grab it.
Okay.
Yeah. See what the old man's got.
Wow.
Yep. Irons.
Here we go.
Oh boy. That's how windy it is. See if he can do it. Alright, we never hit it with the AR, but I don't think the AR has ever really been sighted in, so it's going to be another day, another project for another day.
Alright, let's grab it.
We're going to move to the 600. Not too shabby. Oh, dude!
Well done.
Alright. We're getting certified on the 600 today. We should have brought some other targets, dude. We could have set them up. So
That's what we could say.
What?
Well, like steel will be down there, I guess. I was gonna say if somebody came, we could just be like, no, there was people at both ranges, so we just came over here and shoot the 100.
yeah. Wow, they put a speed bump just so you can't drive through the middle, huh? Or is that to catch
I
stuff?
think I definitely stuff could.
Is that to catch short shots? Well, there's dudes that like are laying on that shit.
Wow, what the fuck, dude? This is moist.
So we have bulldozers and everything. Why don't we just hotwire that? Dude, that's gonna go right through your window, bro.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you look behind me, you can see the steel target moving around. So apparently we shot, out of those few rounds that we shot at the steel, we shot like 3 of them through the pipes. So, yeah. We got a little shack down here? Wow. Alright. So this is our first time on the 600. Not quite sure what to expect. It looks like they got double berm action. Dude, what's in there? Should we look? Should we look?
No.
Alright, we're back towards the firing range. That's the view. I only have a 9x scope, so I'm probably not even going to be able to see the target. This guy's going for the glory over here. Alright, we did it. We did it. We're able to hit at 600 with this Creedmoor. Can't hit with my 22 right now. We're gonna have to work on that some other day. He made quite the adjustments. I think he's plus 14 with elevation, and I'm gonna have to do some math here. What do you think, dude? Alright guys, so that's it for today's range day, and we hit the 100, the 200, the 600, and this is, I don't know, this is the 25-yard bay, and we were just shooting from right here where this bench is. But here's our progress. So this one is mine, pretty sure that one is mine, and I think that one is mine. Or something. So those, pretty sure those 2 are. And then Luke shot those ones. So you can see it's not so easy. This is a 10-foot drill. And Luke was not happy with his performance. So that's it. Of course the rain died down, the wind's gone, and it's starting to get late. It's I'm guessing like 6:30. Yeah, 6:30. I'm gonna check the ranges, pick up any brass that looks good, and then get out of here. My feet are a little soaked from walking through all this water-logged grass and stuff. They were pretty muddy, see on these edges and stuff. So I'm not happy about that, but it is beautiful out now after the rain, I always forget to bring an extra change of shoes. All the damn time. And then my shoes get destroyed, my car gets destroyed. Look at this. Gross. Alright guys, so I'm back in the car, headed home. It's going to be a while to get home. I just had some quick comments to make. So I was able to get a ton of brass. I think it was because it was raining, so everyone was just getting out, shooting, and then getting back in their cars and leaving. And everything on the ground was wet and nasty and whatever, so they weren't going to pick it up. Well, by the time I was ready to leave, the ground relatively dried up, and almost every shooting range, or every range, had like 223 brass sitting there. And I was like, well, fuck, I don't really have anything going on. I got my nephew to let out Sophie, and so there's like not really a rush to get home. It would be nice to get home before it gets dark out. It's almost 7:30. Sun's still up. And so yeah, I literally just drove through the entire range and picked up all the brass that I could. I probably got 250 to 300 rounds of 223. I got maybe 30 to 40 rounds of like 308. I have always wanted to get a 308 rifle, so that's probably going to be like my next big long gun, is some sort of a 308. So I've been collecting, 308 brass when I can get my hands on it. And then I even found some 30-06, and I was like, whatever. It was only maybe 15, 20 rounds of that, but yeah, and probably, I'm guessing like around 30 rounds of 308. So pretty cool. And then like I said, maybe 300 rounds of 223. Yeah, what I do is I'll just bag all this brass up. I'll throw it into just a Ziploc bag, and then probably like in the winter months we will reload and stuff like that. Obviously sooner if we run out of ammo and all that type of stuff, but yeah, so not too bad though. And it ended up being a pretty good day. I did pick up that Cat 6 for Luke, and I forgot to freaking give it to him. So I'm literally driving right past his house on the way home, so I'm gonna stop and drop that off. Rochelle's out with her girlfriends tonight, and not much else going on. I gotta get home. I still got, man, my shit got rained on at the range, so I need to open it up, air it out, clean everything. It was fun though. It was a good time. So I like seeing the look on Luke's face when he shot that 10-foot target, the pyramid thing that I've been talking about. So I've been practicing with that, and I'm pretty decent. I've never ever claimed to be a good shot or whatever. So I've never been taught, self-taught. I flinch. I'm not really good at all. But Luke has the same look on his face that I had when I shot it the first time. I'm like, what the fuck? Every time I shoot it, I can never hit the biggest circle. You get 5 shots for the big circle, and then it gets less shots as you go up. I can never hit the big circle. So, I mean, I get like 1 or 2 into the biggest circle, but then I can drill the smallest circle. So, I don't know. It's something with that drill. I guess I need to study it and kind of figure that out. But I was telling Luke, I'm like, well, maybe like the pistols aren't sighted for being that close. So maybe you need to be like further back. And he's like, well, pistols don't have elevation sights or elevation adjustments. You can only go like left or right with the I guess the rear sight. You can typically push it left or right. So, but he's like, yeah, there's no elevation adjustments on a pistol. I'm like, well, I'm wondering if that's why it's having an issue, because like the upper targets, I don't seem to have that problem. But it's like that downward angle. I don't know. I'm gonna keep shooting it. He's like, dude, burn off a fuck ton of those targets, and we'll do that again. The 22, I bought some 22 ammo. It was a Winchester M22. It didn't work. It didn't work in that little trainer pistol that I got for $1,000. So I tried. It was cheaper. It was 5 cents a round, and I got like 1,000 rounds of that shit, and nothing but jams. It wouldn't eject. Or I should say, the extractor wouldn't grab them and pop them out. So it just sucked. So I need to shelf that. I have some other 22 ammo too that I bought that didn't work when I first got that pistol. So one of these days I'll get like one of those cowboy repeater 22s, those little rifles, and that might be something fun for Grant too or whatever. But I'll probably just shoot that shit in there, or look into like getting like a 1022. I think Luke has a 1022, and maybe I'll ask him what those shoot, or I should say like what kind of ammo those things eat. If they'll shoot anything, or if it's got to be something special or what. But my feet are wet. I hate that feeling. It sucks. I am dirty. I am muddy. My car's destroyed. You should see Luke's truck. I think I might have panned my video camera to it. Actually, I know I took a picture of his truck. It's fucking destroyed. So the other thing that I wanted to say, I was really surprised at the amount of adjustments that his 6.5 Creedmoor needed to have made to hit the target at 600 yards. So at just 600 yards, he dialed in 14 MOA, minutes of angle, of adjustment to be able to hit that. So a minute of angle, 1 minute of angle is 1 inch at 100 yards. So when you change that scope, it moves your point of impact 1 inch at 100 yards. Well, we were at 600 yards. So 1 minute of angle is 6 inches. So if he changed the scope 14 minutes of angle, that's 14 times 6, that's 84 inches that he had to move his aiming point. And that's 7 feet. 600 yards doesn't seem like that far away for a long gun. I was just really surprised by that. I don't know. 7 feet. Because I was spotting for him, and I noticed, you know, the first shots he was taking, he was hitting the ground way in front of the target, like probably, I don't know, I think at like 200 or 300 yards they have like these like berms in the middle of the field leading up to where the targets are. And like, so berms meaning like they go up, kind of like speed bumps made out of dirt. And I think they put those in there to catch people that don't know what they're doing. So when they shoot low, those berms catch those rounds. Those mini berms or baby berms. So I could see him kicking up dust. So we kind of walked him up. So we kept dialing it up. And then, yeah, I was able to walk him right into the target. That was pretty phenomenal. Especially with my 9x power scope. I could barely see the target, but I could see where his impacts were. So 9x, you got a wider field of view versus I think he's got like a 25x scope or something like that. So just phenomenal, man. Just nuts. So like I said though, I just wanted to make a note of that. I was very surprised that it took that much adjustments. So headed home. I need to get unloaded, cleaned up, and then start working on all the storage locker stuff and hang out with the baby Sophs and clean some guns. So stay tuned for more.